Alright YouTube, time for another Prydwen Tier List reaction, and today we got a lot of different changes here going on in the tier list. They completely removed the Sub DPS category and then just made it into a Anomaly class, since pretty much the majority of the Sub DPSs were Anomaly except for Orphe, and they decided to just put Orphe by herself over here with the attacker class. I don't exactly know how to feel about that, but hey, it does look a lot cleaner, so can't complain, I guess. Alright, so jumping into the character list though, first things first, Miyabi dropping down to tier 0.5 is pretty wild. I think that she probably still belongs in tier 0. Just because a new Void Hunter came out doesn't mean that she could drop down to 0.5. She can still brute force pretty much all content they throw at her, even resistant content, even bosses that are supposed to be anti-Miyabi, she's able to clear. I do not understand why they dropped her down one bit. I still think that she belongs in tier 0 for sure. That's one thing that I have been noticing about Prydwen's tier list, is that whenever a shiny new agent comes out, they always end up dropping the newest agent from tier 0 to tier 0.5. And they just have not been able to do that to Miyabi because Void Hunter. And now that suddenly one comes out, suddenly Miyabi is tier 0.5. Like, what are they doing? It's like sometimes I wish that Prydwen would take Shiyu defense and deadly assault less into account into their lists, because they call it the meta, but the meta is ever changing. It's always going to be a different element every single time. Every single Shiyu defense, they're going to show two different elements, and it's always going to be a different element, like fire, ice, ether, whatever it might be. So it's always going to be changing. So characters are constantly going to be dropping, constantly going to be going up, when I feel like it shouldn't be the case. Unfortunately, I wouldn't know of any other way to rate the characters, since deadly assault and Shield defense are the only thing we have for endgame, and they're always going to be shilling in elements, so we're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place, to be honest. Alright, so coming back to the changes on the list, so Kaku is finally underneath Trigger. I remember I was mauling about this on the last time I reacted to one of these tier lists from Prydwen. So Kaku used to be above Trigger, alongside the Panda. I couldn't believe that when I saw that. Like, so Kaku was only good in one team, Mono Ice or Yuzu Ice, and they had her above Trigger. I just couldn't believe my eyes, man. So now that she's down here, I'm pretty happy about that. The Panda being so high is still pretty wild to me. Tier 1 is pretty high for him, in my opinion, when there are so many agents that could replace him, even in Ishwen's teams these days. So yeah, I think he's a little high. And then with the removal of tier 1.5, Jane and Piper went up. I can agree with that 100%. I think Jane and Piper are both pretty much on the same level, if you have an M6 Piper, that is. The one and only caveat that I have is how they put partner tag Vivian on Piper. I don't think she really needs the partner tag, and if you are going to put the partner tag Vivian, then you might as well throw in Bernice there with it, because Bernice got buffed and she is pretty good these days. So yeah, I don't completely understand the partner tag. I mean, if you're gonna do that, you might as well have done it to Jane as well, because they're pretty much the same character. Alright, one thing that makes me sad to see is Yanagi being dropped down to tier 1 instead of being tier 0.5. I somehow still feel like she belongs still in 0.5, but seeing the characters that are there now, I can't really justify it, because I know for a fact she isn't on Miyabi's level, and probably not even on Alice's level. I can't justify putting her in 0.5, but maybe if Miyabi is where she's supposed to be in tier 0, maybe you can justify putting her there in tier 0.5. Unfortunately, they haven't made very many Electric Week bosses, so I feel like that is a reason why she has been dropping more and more in the tier list. So that's pretty sad, to say the least. We did have the Defiler drop recently and it was weak to electric, but since Miyabi she ended up getting screwed over as well because they made the Defiler resistant to Anomaly. Oh my god, man. Even Electric Anomaly ended up dealing with the wrath of the dev hate for Miyabi. One thing that I literally just noticed is that they're using P6s and they're taking them into account for this new tier list. Like, prior to this, they didn't want to add W engines or take them into effect, and yet here we are using P6s now. Oh my god. I don't want to just talk down on these tier lists, but it's like they tend to contradict themselves a lot. We got the expert tag, we have the partner tag, now the P6 tag. Like, do they belong there or not, brother? Do they belong there or not? Drop them down if they have to go down, please. Bonyue being in tier 0.5 seems reasonable, especially because he has the expert tag on him. He definitely needs the expert tag. He's probably one of the only units that needs the expert tag. And yeah, I low-key feel like it's recency bias. I don't think that he's going to stay out there for very much longer. He's probably going to drop within the next tier list. I wouldn't doubt it. I love the character, don't get me wrong. He is so much fun to play. It's just that his damage output does not compare to the other units on tier 0.5. I don't think that Orphe belongs here as well. It honestly is just a case of how tier 1.5 is no longer a thing. She should be tier 1 alongside Bonyue, but since tier 1 is now with Ellen and all those other characters, since they got rid of 1.5, yeah, she for sure doesn't belong in tier 1 with the other units, but I don't think that she belongs up here in tier 0.5 with units like Seed, Evelyn, and even Soldier Zero Ambi. Can we all just stop and take a second to appreciate how Nicole is still in tier 0.5? And that's like the one and only unit that I feel like they've gotten right since the beginning. This character is busted. Really good. Basically a 5-star character. I mean, she was supposed to be one apparently in the beta or something like that, but yeah, this character is good, man. I guess we could talk about the newest Void Hunter just a bit, Ye Guan. Well, if you thought Miyabi was good, let me tell you, this new Void Hunter, she's busted. And you can use Heartstring Nocturne on her. Come on. Come on. This character is amazing. You should pull her if you haven't already. You really should. Do not skip this character. You will be doing yourself and your account a disservice if you do. She's so worth it. I remember playing Miyabi and thinking this character was insane. Like, explosions everywhere, just damage everywhere. But no, Ye Guan, man, this character is on another level. Pick her up if you haven't. And then again, with the shift of there no longer being a tier 1.5, Hugo ended up getting dropped to the tier where Ellen and Harumasa are placed, and I just cannot agree with that one bit. I know for a fact that Hugo does a lot more damage than Ellen, so I don't think he belongs here one bit. Hugo also has one of the most free-to-play premium teams, because you can throw in Lycan with him alongside Lighter, and that's pretty much the team. That's another reason why I don't like this whole P6 tag, because I feel like it's just overinflating the stats to the characters when we're not gonna all have P6 on every character. It's actually kind of difficult to get the materials needed to unlock those. So I don't understand that. I don't think that adding the whole P6 tag was a good idea. Well, that's pretty much all the changes that come with this new Prydwen tier list. Like the video if you enjoyed it, if you made it this far. Subscribe for more videos just like this one. I would really appreciate it, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.